What's up, everybody? My name is Thomas with World Animal Foundation. Today I want to do a breakdown / review of SpiritDog Training. That doesn't have anything to do with spirit or ghostly dogs, apparitions, or any kind of paranormal activity, I promise. What it actually is an online instructional to teach people how to train their pets and how to train them better if you're having issues with training your pets. It's a pretty extensive online program. It's got a lot of stuff in there, a lot of literature, a lot of videos, and I thought it would be interesting, since it's making a lot of waves in pet circles, to bring that information to you and let you know if there's any value in it for you, how much it costs, what it's all about, how it works, pros and cons, things of that nature. You know the deal. You know how I do things over here. I like to mess with stuff first before I deliver the results to you. So with that being said, let's check out SpiritDog Training. First and foremost, SpiritDog Training believes that the pet owner is the best person to train their dog, not some professional that is going to charge exorbitant sums just to take your dog up there and learn basic tricks like roll over, give you five, and play dead. You are the best person for that, and as such, they provide you with all the professional tools that you need to properly train your dog. And you can access these tools and SpiritDog Training via mobile or on a PC. The only thing is there's no app. Now I imagine something like that's probably on the horizon. Instructionals like this that are as in-depth and broad as this one is usually do better with apps, so we'll see. But as of right now, there's no app. But you can still access it on your mobile phone or a tablet, as I had my tablet up earlier with the website up and running, and your PC. And as long as you can do that, you can do it on the go, or you can do it right in the comfort of your own home. Now, I really like the key features that Spirit Training Dog has to offer, one of which is positive reinforcement, or positive methods as they call it, but it's the same thing as positive reinforcement. This means, you're not using shock collars, you're not using any kind of negative punishment, so to speak, in order to train your dog. Everything is positive. Reward for good behavior, reward for pulling off a trick as you teach them, things of that nature. It's all positive, and I like that. I also like the fact that everything's personalized. There are so many different training programs on here that you can carefully tailor these things, or basically just design it around your dog or your specific needs, whichever that may be, or something in between. They have things like the Rescue Dog Bundle, tackling activity or reactivities, the Ultimate Puppy Program. There's all kinds of different stuff going on here. The point is, they got a lot of personalized stuff. The best feature to me personally is if you run into a snag, you can access professional help at any time. And these people are not just a customer service center. These are professionals who have been training dogs for years. They've got experience under their belts. They know what they're doing. They know their business. And if you ever run into a snag with your dog, or if something's just not clicking right, you can always contact these people and they will help you get over that hump. Now back to those programs that I just mentioned. One of the first ones is the Rescue Dog Bundle. And before I even get into that, really, instead of just diving right into the content, I went ahead and did the 7-day free trial because I figured a lot of people would probably opt for that before they decide to jump into the whole spirit training dog thing. I figure most people will probably try out that 7-day free trial. And what it is a series of training tutorials that they send you, one per day for 7 days, and you go through those tutorials one by one, and it's just general basic stuff about training your dog. It's pretty neat. I liked it. I like the fact that they send it once per day, and I thought I would mention that before we jumped into the Rescue Dog Bundle and the tackling reactivity and all that stuff, because, like I said, I think a lot of people will opt for that first. But the Rescue Dog Bundle is your first one, and it's your basic stuff. I mean, sit, give me five, stuff like that. It's got crate training involved in it, teaching your dogs to stop jumping. They've got extra bonus stuff like potty training, just basically stuff that's going to work on, the basic training of your dog and alleviating stress and anxiety, because with a lot of dogs, stress and anxiety comes from being alone or not spending enough time with their owner. And things like the Rescue Dog Bundle will give your pet that, and these training programs help alleviate a lot of that stress. The second one is tackling reactivity. Now these are things like digging, jumping up on people, reactive behaviors that dogs have. You know, if they're anxious or whatever, they may dig. Or if somebody walks in the door and you've got a big dog, they may feel the need to jump up on them. And a lot of people, you know, are not big fans of that. My Dobermans used to do it, especially Aries, who is much bigger than his sister Athena. These are training tutorials based around, you know, calming techniques and, you know, preventing these reactive behaviors. Next, you got the Ultimate Puppy Program bundle. Now, this bundle is mostly about getting your dog to pay attention. Now, as puppies, you know, they're still forming. Their brain is still forming. You know, just like people go all the way to I think it's 21 now or something. From what scientists understand, how long it takes your brain to fully develop. Puppies are the same way. They're developing. These are things that work on between 5 to 10 different behaviors and tricks, you know, just basic tricks that a puppy can learn. Teaching your puppy, you know, potty training, crate training, and how to respond to you and how to obey a command. And it's really good for bonding, in my opinion. I own Doberman Pinschers. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that. But the bonding experience with Doberman Pinschers is very, very important, and especially when it comes to the mental stimulation and physical stimulation that they need on a daily basis. Not everybody has that type of dog, but every dog should have some degree of this type of training in their regimen as puppies before they get too old. And you can still do it, but it gets a little harder as you go along. Then you've got the Perfect Focus bundle. Now this is more along the lines of how dogs handle stimuli. A dog has to be able to focus in order to heal properly and stay with you. To me, that's one of the most difficult aspects of training a dog, is walking them and getting them to heal until you reach a point where you can even walk them without a leash. Now, of course, don't do that if you live in an area where you have leash laws, but it improves their impulse control. It helps with their reactivity. If another dog comes wandering out, or a cat runs across the street, or a squirrel or whatever, you know, some dogs are instinctively prone to take off in that direction or whatever, regardless of what's going on around them. But it's all about distractions and improving their focus and their ability to stay mindful of what it is that you're doing and what you need from them. And like I said, heal to me is absolutely the best thing to come out of that, because that's one of the most important aspects of getting your dog outside and getting your dog to be able to go with you places where you don't have to worry about such distractions. So what are some of the pros that I got from SpiritDog Training? Well, number one is the convenience. This is not a strictly timed event thing. You can do this whenever you want to, wherever you want to, since you can access it on a mobile device. So it's entirely up to you when you do your training. You do want to create a routine, a fundamental routine, where you're working with your dog at, you know, certain times of each day. Dogs love routine, but you don't have to hold to a very strict standard with this. In all these instructionals, they've got a lot of stuff to cover on there, and you can cover it on your own time. Another pro that I like is you got access to hundreds of videos. For those of you out there that are visual learners, video content is absolutely king. And I'm a visual learner more so than anything else. I like to be able to watch. If I can see it, then I can replicate it. So you've got 17 different training courses with 700 lessons and hundreds of videos to cover. So you've got plenty of content on here, enough to cover every aspect of your dog's training. Another pro is the effectiveness, the overall effectiveness of that abundance of training materials, you know, properly training your dog. And it's been effective with my dogs as well, as I've been using it throughout the weeks, and I think that the overall effectiveness of the program is pretty good, especially considering some of the other wild stuff they have out there. Another pro is the expert support you get. Like I said earlier, you can contact professionals at any time if you ever hit a bulwark or something you just can't seem to take your dog to that next level. You can always contact one of the professionals there, or the experts, and they are training dogs. They are very good at training dogs, and they know their business, and they'll definitely be able to help you. You also got the 7-day free training course, which I mentioned earlier. It's a good building block. It's good for a foundation, and it's also good for showing you what the program has to offer on a larger scale. So it just gives you a good idea of what you're getting into before you get into it. I did the 7-day free trial, and I thought it was pretty excellent. You also get a 60-day money-back guarantee. I mean, this is a subscription-based thing, and you can pay for certain packages and stuff like that. So there is a 60-day money-back guarantee built into that. So if you're not satisfied with what you're getting from SpiritDog Training, then you can always, back off, get your money back within a 2-month period. Now, as far as some of the potential drawbacks, there's really only one big one in my eyes. I guess you could say that yourself is your only limitation here, so your only potential con could be you. But really, it's a money thing. That's the con. It costs money to use this. Membership is $20. And you've got courses that range from $9 to $149, and there's several of them. And of course, not all of them are on the expensive side. Some are on the cheaper side. But some of the more complicated stuff is definitely more expensive. Me personally, there's more than enough value there to justify the expense. But at the same time, everything's more expensive these days. There's a lot of people out there who just don't or can't afford that, so that's completely understandable. But to me, it's really the only con to the program. Everything that I've looked over, everything that I've done with it so far, including the 7-day free trial, has been very, very good, and I think very professionally done. I like it a lot. I think it will be effective for you, but that cost is the only prohibiting factor that I can see. So that wraps up my overall breakdown / review of SpiritDog Training. Is it worth it? I think it is definitely worth it. I think that there's a lot of value that this program offers, and I say program, and I really should say programs, because there's so much content on there. Within a few months, you will have barely touched the surface. There is plenty to do on there. There's plenty to translate from the website to your dog, to get your dog trained. I think the value is there. I do think that the cost can be prohibitive, but there's still a wealth of information on there, even if you can't necessarily purchase one of the packages right now that they offer, and they offer many of them. You've got facts, guides, videos, PDF, little ebooks, all kinds. There's a wealth of information there for everybody. But I really appreciate everybody checking it out today. Hopefully you learned something about this guide. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. That's going to help me bring more of this content to your table. So definitely do that. Comments, concerns, questions. If you want to ask anything about this before you make the plunge, feel free. I always try to jump on there and answer any and all questions that I can. Again, thanks everybody for checking us out today, and have a fantastic week.